what we have coming up in the workshop will be absolute torture.
Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop where we're continuing to work on our lovely torture chamber by Magic Games in their terrain crate, right? Yep, terrain crate series. And as you can see, I've added a few more pieces that we're gonna work on throughout this review. And I just want to say that I still really like these. They're nice. They're fast to paint up. They look good once you painted them up. Once you get them painted. Okay, so a few more pieces that we've added is we've added a very rotted, nearly nothing but bones skeletal guy. Now the cool thing about that is that he will easily fit inside the coffin. So you can have him sitting inside the coffin if you like to. We also have a mummy. And why do we have a mummy? Well, that's easy. The reason why we have a mummy is because we have a sarcophagus. And the sarcophagus is something that I am extremely excited to build and to paint. Here's the back to the sarcophagus. Right? Sarcophagus just sits on top. Swing. Just like that. Now, they've given me a hard choice. One, they've given me a back, but they've given me the sarcophagus front, or they've given me this front, which I think is pretty cool. There's like, a little window that you can see who's inside, and it's all kind of medieval. And the reason why it's medieval is because it's an Iron Maiden. It's full of all kinds of barbs and everything like that. Spikes. So we have two different fronts that you can have on your sarcophagus bottom. Last but not least, you can kind of see it right here. Kind of, but you can't really make it out. But what it is, it's just, it's a cage. Right there. So what would happen? Oh, nice. Is that you would have somebody locked up inside it. You hang it. And then there's little spikes on the bottom that's kind of, so they can't just sit down. They're forced to stand off to the sides. These are very medieval. Well, some of them are very medieval. A lot of them actually are very medieval and very, very just nasty. And these are the pieces that all come in this terrain crate. Sorry, guys. Terrain crate torture chamber set, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So I mean, you have the instruments right here. Instruments of Death, and as you can see, I've started to do some of the silver on them. So you can see all the little instruments. and our nice leather pouch on our wooden rolling table. We have, shackle a person down by the legs, by the arms, and then tie them down by the middle, and then you can pretty much do whatever you'd like. Cut them open or what have you. We have the classic rack. Arms go there, legs go there, and you just wind it. And you stretch them out. And then, of course, once they're dead, everything like that, you just put them in a coffin and be done with it. So we're going to continue on working on this wonderful, wonderful set. What I've, what I've done is I've added the new pieces in. So we can start giving a bit of a work down on those guys. So we're going to put the tables and the coffins aside for a moment. We're going to get back to them because there's still things to pick out. I'm using a darker metal. It's called Iron Warriors. And what I am doing is I'm being real messy. At the moment, because this is just a base coat, and we're going to go in and clean things up and make it look cool. But since it's just a base coat, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit. And the reason why I've chosen the darker metal colors is because I kind of wanted to have the iron look to it. Kind of like. You can probably hear Studio Cat running around and making noise. Don't worry, she's not in duress. It's just her quizzical little meows that you may or may not hear. If not, then that's okay. Huh? Do you want to say hi to the people? Hmm? We're not going to worry too much if we don't get the inside. I mean, I did it black for a reason. There we go. She's playing in my curtains. Being cute. Just, yeah. As kittens do. She likes to think she's lost. She likes to think that nobody can find her. Here. You guys have met her before. This is Rue. This is Studio Cat. She usually likes to come in and sit with me when I like to paint. You know. So much, in fact, that I've actually given her her own little bed, just off to the side. And usually she just curls up in there and goes to sleep. So hopefully that's what she'll do. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to base coat a bunch of these things to get them ready for other. Working up for other things. Now, the cage is going to be real easy. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this guy. I mean, you can spend a ton of time on this thing if you want to, but you don't have to. Not everything has to be a masterpiece. Some of these things can be just done so they look good when you have them on the table and people just go, wow, that's pretty awesome. And you're like, yeah, no. You don't have to worry about it. Take another different medium base brush, and we're going to use Xandri Dust. And Xandri Dust, we're actually going to do two different things. No, she's not in the napping mood. She's in a play around with everything mood. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the mummy. We're going to give him a coat, an all over coat. Now I know that his face is unwrapped. You can see the face. That's fine. We can come back to that later and fix that. Again, I just want to reiterate that my studio cat, Rue, is in no way in duress. She just makes cute little squawky noises like that a lot when she plays. There we are. It's coming along quite nice. I mean, I know the hands are unwrapped. The face is unwrapped. That's okay. We'll go back and fix those later. We'll pick those out a little bit later. But right now, what we're doing is we're worrying about the wraps. Even looks... Oh, no, the feet are wrapped. You know, like I said, not everything has to be done to look absolutely magnificent. Like, you know, you don't have to spend the time and go back and highlight and every single bandage. You can use some just some quick things that makes them look good. Especially if you're not a high-end painter, or you just don't have the time, or, you know. There we go. Mummy is base coated. Now, I thought about using the same color as the mummy to at least do the bottom of the sarcophagus. Again, really the only thing I'm looking to do here is make it nice and smooth, even. So I kind of want it to look like sandstone that this is, you know, this has been made out of. Because I have a plan. I have a plan for this sarcophagus. And we are going to see if it's going to work out. I'm hoping it's going to work out. There we go. Now she's in a basket. All curled up. I'll give her some hugs and cuddles right afterwards. Okay, so while I'm waiting for those guys to dry, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go back to the metal. All of the metal and all the other pieces. Well, except for the Iron Maiden, because we haven't started that one yet. Well, that's okay. Actually, scratch that. Well, we still have this color out. I'm going to go back. We're going to take a few minutes. Use this wonderful sand. Zandri dust color. And we're actually going to start picking out the skeleton. And again, what we're trying to do, a nice even tone over all the bones. Yeah, this, or she. It's coming along quite nice. There we are. Yeah, it's a full skeleton. No flesh on these bones. So as you can see, we're just giving a nice base coat to the skeleton, making sure that we get all the bones. Nice even coat, even color. And then we're going to set them off the side to dry. think it'll look pretty darn good. There we are. We'll set him off the side to dry too. As you can see, we've done a lot of work with the Xandri dust color. And just before we go, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of work with a lighter metal color. I'm going to use my old favorite, lead belcher, of course, as always. Give our paints a little bit of a shake. Lead belcher. And it's going to be a very light, a very pointed dry brush. For the metal. Just to brighten it up a little bit. Now this one is a little bit different. That one's going to wait a little bit. What I'm going to do, probably for the cage anyway, is I'm going to give it a wash. And then hit it. That's really all about what we're going to do. Just want to bring up the metal, brighten it up just a little bit. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. Just a couple, just a little bit. There we are. The next time what we're going to do is we're going to work on the coffin top, or not the coffin top, sorry, the Egyptian sarcophagus top and the Iron Maiden top. And we're going to have this all washed down, ready to go. These, like I said, are pretty much done. There's just a few little things I want to add to them just for funsies. Other than that, you know what? This set actually paints up really, really fast, and I'm really happy with it. And they're going to look great once I put them into, once I put them in some kind of scenery, some appropriate kind of scenery. Because, I mean, it looked funny just sitting in the middle of downtown. Maybe, maybe not. But, if you have a dungeon crawl or something like that, and they actually go into a torture chamber, into, an actual dungeon, part of the dungeon, then having these pieces of scenery sitting there for your characters to discover and maybe caught on could be fun. But time is almost up. So paid safe, and we will see you in the workshop.